What's up, guys? This Fitness Tips by Abdul Sabri. Today, guys, I want to try to hit on a few exercises dealing with shoulders, focusing on the form and focusing on different muscle groups that you're going to hit on when you're dealing with the shoulders, whether it's the trap muscles, the rhammus muscles, or the whole deltoid itself, the whole entire deltoid, which is this muscle here. The trap muscle is muscles that flows in the back of your neck. Those muscles are activated when you're doing shoulder presses, but you never can't forget those other muscles that you don't really think of, which are active also, which is the lactatus muscles, the muscles here right up on your arms, and also your tricep muscles, the muscles here. You have core muscles that you also use, and when you're using these muscles to actually promote the other exercise that you're actually doing, the other muscle groups that you're actually using. So you want to make sure that you are aware of these muscle groups when you're actually using them, and then trying to, activate them as you go along in your process of doing the exercises. So what I plan on doing today, I'm going to have a set of, you maybe can't see them on the ground down there. Focus on the ground just a little bit. Right there. A set of 20-pound dumbbells, and then also another set of 25-pound dumbbells. Now, they're really not extremely heavy for me, but what you want to think about is when you're doing a certain exercises, or if you're doing shoulders, you want to make sure that the exercises or the weights that you're using are not extremely heavy, that you're not extremely straining yourself to death, or to a point where you can't really lift them, or they're too heavy to lift. So you want to have something that you can lift to a maximum time of whatever you plan on doing, whether it's dealing with mass or dealing with ripping up, or dealing with just reps itself. So you want to make sure that you be able to use the weight in the capacity that you want to be using them in. All right. So right now I'm gonna be using the 20 pounds weights and the 25-pound weights, and I'm gonna do them in succession and behind each other without actually taking breaks behind this. Now, and if you are taking breaks, you want to take short breaks doing this, not really long breaks at all, because you want to make sure the muscles are staying constantly engaged to a maximum amount of time. All right, so here we go. All right, we're gonna start out with the shoulder press first. We're gonna use the two 25-pound weights, and what I like to do normally, I like to sit one foot up front in front of the other one. And then when you engage with them, pressing up and down with them. So I'm gonna try to come a little bit more closer, okay? A little bit more closer. You kick them up, and then when you engage with them, you can drop them down a little bit below the shoulder, but you gotta remember, you need to be able to push them up from this point here. And a lot of times when you're at this point here, it becomes a lot of pressure onto the deltoids, into the trap muscles and stuff like that. Those muscles, you have a lot of pressure pulling onto those muscle groups, so you need to be able to push them up when you come to that point, okay? All right, so that's gonna be very simple to do, but just make sure that your form is correct. You wanna make sure that you implement strict form in doing any exercise you're doing, whether it's shoulder press or anything else. So we're gonna go through these exercises real quick. We're gonna go to the lateral raises, upright rows, shoulder press, overheads. We may even do some shrugs, but we'll see when we get there. All right, real quick, up and down for me. And you want to keep it controlled, no bouncing, no jerking. Keep it controlled. Suck in, coming down. Blow up, coming at the top. And whatever number you planned on doing, try to keep that in mind to keep it going. Keep that full range. Press it all the way up to the top. Good. And you should know, even with doing these exercises, it will get to a point where it's hard to do. But when you get to that point where it's hard to push it up and down, you want to continue to keep trying to breathe and keep that form in strict form, and then still press on that occasion, okay? All right, we're gonna go to the next one. We're gonna go to lateral raises, and this is gonna be out to the side. No jerking. Script form, let the shoulders, let the muscles that you're using, let them do their work. And if it becomes the point where the muscles are, the weight is too heavy from you to go up and you're doing a lot of jerking with it, then you probably need to take the weight down. Maybe 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever the weight is. So if you got 15 pounds, go down 5 pounds a little lower. Keep that script form, keep your reps intact, keep your form intact, and then you can make progress after that. Okay, let's do a few more. Raise them up high. Good. All right, we're gonna come back from that point. We're gonna go to upright rows. All right, and these you can do one or two ways. You can do them with dumbbells. You can do it with barbells. Some even have a piece of equipment that can use two other pieces of equipment that I know of so far that you can use just for shoulder shrugs or something of that nature. All right. All right. So with the shoulder shrugs, I'm not going to do that many of them either. I'm going to also put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, kind of like I like to do that to stabilize my core. All right. I'm going to put the weights in front and I'm going to raise them up. Now with me, I'm trying to build more mass. So I'm not doing as many reps. I'm doing 6 to 8 or 10 to 12 reps, somewhere around that range. Now, if you want to do lower, you want to definitely increase it a little bit more. Increase the rep not the rep range, but you want to increase the weight and do less reps, which is 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 reps, all right? All right, and you also don't remember, you don't want to forget the trap muscle in the back of the neck. That is a part of the shoulders too. So you want to make sure that you're hitting that, and after you do that by either a bend over fly, straight armed, or a straight arm row, or some kind of barbell or cable row that you can use to bring up high to hit those muscle groups in the back of your neck, okay? All right, so we're gonna use the 220s, and I'm gonna show you this real quick. We're gonna bend over to the front, and we're gonna leave the elbows out to the side, pressed up, close up, leave them lined up with the shoulders, and then bring them front to back, okay? All right, so you'll see what I mean by front to back. Here, there you go. Keeping them lined up. Good. And you want to keep doing that in succession without compromising anything with your forms. Keep it moving as much as you can, guys. So we're going to go back to this again. And I may not be able to get I want to do 3 sets, but I'm also watching my time to make sure I'm not doing a long period of time on this, so you can actually watch it and then follow along with the things, with the exercises, because you'll have the idea of what I'm basically trying to infer here, trying to show you what you do. All right, shoulder press again. And remember, keep it script form. Squeeze it out up top. One more of these babies. They're not easy exercises to do. Shoulder muscle is a very small muscle, but it's comprised of many muscles in that shoulder area that you kind of like need to work on to try to make it full rounded, okay? I like to do front raises, underhanded front raises, overhanded front raises. But we're just only focusing on these 3 right now, because this is not all the exercises you can actually do for shoulders, but this is a part of exercise you can do for shoulders. But I try to use the exercises that's not compounding the exercise on top of compounding the exercise. So you can take some exercises out or some rotations of some form of exercises out. So you can basically hit the muscle once. We're not hitting it 3 times with 2 different exercises or 3 different exercises. All right, we're gonna go to the lateral raises again. That's the one raising out from the side. In and then out. Stuff can be very challenging, but you have to stay with it. Keep those muscles activated. You don't want them to get cold, and you don't want to have a long period of rest periods in between. All right, this is upright rows. This one, you want to kind of have the elbows higher than the weights, and not the weights and the elbows at the same height. And I'll explain to you why in a minute. Squeeze it up top. Two more. One more. All right, so the reason being that you're pulling the elbows up higher than the dumbbells itself, so you can squeeze these trap muscles out. You can squeeze them out. You putting the tightness, squeeze on those muscles back there as much as you possibly can. You're trying to squeeze them out so you can fatigue them in every way, make them grow, feed the body, rest the body, grow the body. All right, so we're gonna go back to the bent over flies, or the bent over row, should I say, not flies. You can also do flies for the real delts or the real trap muscles also. But I like to do the row because it's stagnated. You keep you in one position and you're not doing anything else except for rowing. All right, let's hit it again. Remember, keep the elbows lined up with the shoulders. Whew. Good exercise, guys. And it's hot out here too. So right now in Orlando, it's probably, last I checked, it was 85 degrees. And that was earlier, a little bit, maybe an hour or two ago, 85 degrees. It's probably a little bit hotter now. All right. So we're gonna go back to shoulder press again. Get these shoulders in. And you don't need a whole lot, guys. You just need to wreck those muscles as much as you can. Quick and easy, short periods of time without long standing rest periods in between. All right, here we go again. Remember, keep that strict form, keep it tight. If you're gonna bring it down lower, make sure you squeeze it out at the top too. Here's the lower one, lower, two. But I like keeping it just a little bit below the 90-degree mark. Give me two more. One more. Easy peasy, baby. Easy peasy. All right, so we're gonna go to the lateral raises again. It looks like it's gonna storm or something. You see it's coming in from that way over there. But hopefully we can get this done before that even happens. It's getting a little gloomy out here. Well, at least the clouds are coming in. All right, lateral raises. into the front and right out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. 8. Yeah, so this year, or the remainder of this year, my ultimate goal is to get bigger. Is to get bigger in size. There's a reason why I'm keeping my rep range down lower these times around, going into this, the ending part of this year. I may be able to get into a contest. I don't know. I'm gonna try to play it by ear and see how this all works out. But that'll be great if I'm able to make it to a contest, make it inside a contest to compete. But who knows? We'll see how it plays out. But I definitely want to get a little bit more bigger than I am. So this is why I'm breaking my reps down from the 15 to 20 rep range all the way down to the 6 to 8, to the 4 to 6, the 6 to 8 rep range. I'm keeping it somewhere around there, but right now for the shoulder press, the military press, I'm gonna keep that around 12. No more than 12, no less than 12. We're just gonna keep pushing it to that range. All right, so we're gonna go to the upright rows again. And if I have enough time, I'll do some front raises, maybe with a twist, and we'll see how that come about. All right, upright rows together. Pull the elbows up as high as you can. Squeeze the trap muscles. And if you want, you can keep the dumbbells close. To me, I think it's giving me a better range as far as squeezing the muscle together. That's the reason why I try to keep the dumbbells together, but you can also keep them separated. Sometimes people like doing them separated because they help them to squeeze a little bit better. It just depends on what you're looking for, okay? All right, so again. All right, so we're gonna go to the rows. And again, these rows, it doesn't have to be done with dumbbell. It can be done with a barbell. And I'm gonna tell you the benefit for doing it with dumbbell is there's a sort of isolation that can be done, okay? And what I mean by isolation, you're allowing one muscle group to take care of its own, to pull its own weight, and you're doing the same thing for the other side muscle group. You're allowing it to take care of its own weight and to pull its own weight. However, when you're with a barbell, the barbell, there is no difference in the pulling mechanism or the pulling structure. As far as you're pulling both of them together, you can't tell which one is weaker unless you actually know. And if one is weaker, you can't strengthen it by the barbell roll because you're really not isolating that muscle. I think the best, in my opinion, the best isolation is isolation with dumbbells that's divided, keeping the dumbbells or the weights separated from each other, allowing each muscle to pull its own weight. That's my idea. That's my take on it, okay? So let's do this roll on this one real quick. And then, by the way, this will be 3 sets on each. Keeping the shoulders out, the elbows lined over the shoulders. Easy peasy, baby. It's hard work. This is why one of the main reasons why everybody's not fit, because there's work involved. You know, you don't take a pill to get this way. You put in the work to get this way. You have to eat to get this way. You have to sleep to get this way. You got to put in the work to actually see the benefits from this. This is why a lot of people are not fit. You know, you have people that's fit, but you have a lot of people that's not fit, and that's the reason why it's not fit. It takes work It takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, and a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline to get to where you need to get. I'm not saying you can't do things that's unnecessary, but you have to think about that. The discipline part is very important in doing what you need to do to get a certain, all right? Just trying to keep that intact, guys. So we can't never forget that. All right, so now we're gonna go back. I think we'll just go ahead and knock out some front raises real quick, just so we can even them out. We'll have 3 front raises, and we've done 3 sets of all of these. So we'll do the 3 front raises and see how this works out. Front raises, I'm gonna do them with a turn or a twist, allowing it to hit the deltoid muscle, a little bit on the side, and also still hit the deltoid muscle, but also hit the trap muscle also, okay? All right, so we're gonna do them single-handed, not one right behind each other, okay? All right, so with these, you wanna make sure you're not swinging the weights, all right? Everything has to be in control or be controllable, okay? That's coming down and going up, okay? If you cannot bring these weights up without swinging, the weights ideally are too heavy for you. So you want to take the weights down and then make them a little bit more manageable where you can actually lift without doing all that. All right, so let's go through this because it sounds like it's about to rain. I hear thunder and lightning now. All right, so let's go through this. With a twist. Not swinging the weights, raising. And then I don't have to do that many of them. Remember, because my objective is mass. My objective is mass again. So I don't have to do a whole lot to continue to get what I need out of this, okay? And it's another way that I can compound this, because I'm going to be doing push-ups later when I go into the house. I'll be doing push-ups. So being that I've already done shoulders, it's going to be a little bit more harder for me to do chest press. I'll be doing chest, which is the push-ups. It's going to be harder for me to do the push-ups. But I'll be able to get it done, but it's just going to be a little bit more harder because I have done shoulders. Shoulders are a part of the work that is going to be initiated to do chest work, triceps, your lat muscles. All those muscle groups, again, are in different, one and the same, that you're going to have to use again and again and again to do different exercises. But focus on what you need to do, mind to muscle connection. You want to make sure you have that. And also make sure you're exercising your breathing techniques when you're doing any exercise, okay? Let's go to the raises again. But we're going to switch. We're going to switch from the heavier weights to the lighter weight, and then we're going to go back to the heavier weights. It allows the muscles to relax a little bit, but contract even more when I come back to the weights, the heavier weights. And these, you want to raise them above the shoulder height. You don't want to keep them like this, but you want to raise them up above the shoulders. So you can get full contraction of those muscle groups that you're using. Good. Now you see how I'm running right to this next one. Because the other weights were lighter, I'm still going to lift the same height. Regardless of what the weight is. Oh, it's challenging. If it's not doing what you need to do, definitely you need to change it. There's no being macho in lifting weights, but there is a certain thing of lifting weights and getting yourself hurt and trying to be macho. So my advice to all you guys, and most of the time is never the ladies, my advice to all you guys, lift what you can, stay with what you can lift until you're able to come out of that bracket. Your body is comfortable or is able to lift it without any problems, with the reps or what have you. You go to that and you just keep moving, okay? So I'm gonna stop there. I want to make sure you guys understand that in order to get a certain physique, you have to put in the work to get that physique. To order a look a certain way, the same thing. You have to eat, you have to sleep, and you have to put in that work to get that workout, to make sure that you're getting your body to the physique you want it to be in. If you want to have nice abs, the only way you can get that is make sure that your nutritionist is 99% correct. You can eat junk every now and then, but you want to make sure it's 99% correct. But if you want that 100% ab look, you got to do 100%. Put in the 150% work to get that 100% or the 150% out of it. Also, you want to make sure that you're working out consistently. Doing if you want your abdominals right. The food is the most important thing that you can do, and then it was basically half of the work. The other half of the work is actually working out, putting in the work in the workout. So you got to make sure you're doing that each and every time, guys and ladies, to make sure you stay on point. And don't forget, stay tuned on my channel. This is Tips by Sabri Fitness, Tips by Abdul Sabri. Make sure that you can you like and subscribe on my channel as much as you possibly can. Follow me. I'm just starting to get on the Twitter. I haven't really figured it out yet, but I'm gonna be getting on the Twitter, doing things on Twitter. And at the same time, you guys stay focused on your workouts, stay focused on your nutrition, and remember, make no excuses, for no excuses will never, ever, ever be accepted. Peace.